You know what it is, and you know what we do. Hey, it's What Up Doe, the What Up Doe, the What Up Doe show. Yo, 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 what up, though? Yo, it's your boy OG Tim Wilson. I'm here live with the Nasty Boys, Rob 45 and Ways. What's going on, fellas?
Nothing much. Chilling. What up, though?
It's all good.
What's good? How's it
What's,
going?
what's good? Yo, just want to say big ups to all the people out there celebrating the birthday. Happy birthday to all of y'all. And I gotta give a big shout to all the people that's been throwing up them prayers for me, man, because I've been going through a whole lot lately. I gotta give a shout to Micah and CC and both the CCs and everybody else. Of course, my family and of course my fam. So they've been holding it down for me, but. In the meantime and in between time, you got your thing and I got mine. I want to go ahead and get on into this doggone party that we gonna get started. So I just want to say one time before the show is over, just in case I don't get a chance to say it later.
Sugar don't go on grits.
I just want to make sure that everybody understands that. Just make sure that that's understood.
Just
So,
for that,
Rob,
when the show's over, I'm going to put some sugar on some grits.
yeah. Rob, what's going on with you, man?
Nothing much, man. Chilling on a Friday night.
Yeah, how's the album coming along? And for y'all that don't know, he's doing an album, and that's why he ain't really don't be really having time for us like he used to. So we just gotta make
He
sure.
completely lost track of time because he said Friday.
I know, right?
Oh, wait, it is Saturday, ain't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
It is
wow.
Saturday.
Oh,
Look
man.
at you. Yeah, he just don't give a fuck no more. He just.
I just finished putting the last two beats for the album together.
Oh,
the last two beats.
I just finished putting the last two beats, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's been a
slacking.
process. Oh no, we've been creating as we go.
good.
Okay. I've
So,
been binge watching. I don't know if y'all saw this or not. It's been out a long time. I think I just finished season 2 today. I literally watched all of season 2 today and part of season 1. I've been binge watching the Wu-Tang story on Hulu. I don't know if you've seen that or not.
I haven't seen it yet, but I've been meaning to dive into it.
Extremely
fully caught up.
interesting. You saw it, Waze?
Yeah, I'm fully caught up on it.
Okay, yeah, it was very interesting because I thought it would be a documentary, and when I was being told about it, Dijon was trying to get me to watch it, and I didn't have Hulu, so I couldn't. And now I have Hulu, so I threw it on. I said, "Well, this is what Dijon was talking about," and I cut it on. And I realized it's not a documentary; it's a little docu-series, so to speak, and but it's not a documentary. It's a story. It's a series about it, reenactment. So
It's kind of like BMF,
kind of like BMF, yeah.
well, for Wu-Tang.
But for Wu-Tang, it's very good. It's actually pretty good. I've been enjoying it. Been enjoying it a lot.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna get into it.
the actor they got to play ODB. He did a remarkable.
Don't they have a residency right now in
that
Las
look
Vegas?
like him. Go ahead. I'm sorry. What? What'd you say, Big Ed? I mean,
Don't they
Rob-
have a resident? Yeah, I'm having internet problems. My kids are on the games, so
I'm just having a problem getting used to saying Rob 45. Big Ed, it's so much easier to say because it's simple.
but don't they have a residency in Las Vegas right now?
Wait, no, I wouldn't know.
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
That's what
Okay. Yeah, well, I found it interesting some of the relationships between some of the different members. I thought was interesting. I didn't know RZA and ODB were cousins,
Mhm.
right?
Me
And-
neither.
Yeah, they're cousins, and I think the Jizza is his cousin as well.
Yep.
And I did not know that Ghostface and Raekwon were bitter enemies.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
like trying to kill each other enemies,
Like legit.
like shot up his crib. Like, yeah, bitter enemies.
How do
And
you how do you do that and then get on stage
you got to see,
afterward?
you got to watch it. You got. I don't want to spoil it, but you've got to watch it. It wasn't easy.
This the
It
show
wasn't easy.
shows not only just their backstory, but also the formation of the Wu Tang.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah, it goes. It's deep. I love the show.
Yeah, it was very good. It's very interesting. If you are familiar with the Wu Tang, and very interesting for me, who was like I mentioned before, and when your cousin Chad went to cussing me out, I was a latecomer to the Wu Tang, right? Because I was West Coast out. It was Midwest, and it's funny that happens in the series because RZA and Ghost moved to Ohio.
Mhm.
Another thing, I didn't know Ghostface was kicking it with a sister, with the RZA sister. He got a baby with the RZA sister. So anyway, yeah, I mean the relationships were interesting to me. That was very interesting. So they moved to Ohio, and they got to Ohio, and there was a whole lot of West Coast shit being played on the radio, right? So they were getting into the Ice Cube and all of that. They got back to the East Coast and was hearing stuff they hadn't heard and found out. It was like, what have y'all been listening to? It's like, oh shit, there's been a ton of Ice Cube and Snoop Dogg and all of that kind of shit. And that's what was happening here in Detroit. West Coast took over, right? So there was a West Coast takeovers, and I was into the West Coast sound, and DJ Quick and Spice One and all of that stuff. And when Wu Tang came out, I was like, okay, this cool, but it wasn't hitting me like the West Coast stuff. Right, so I was more into the West Coast vibe, and it took me. When Method's solo album came out, that's what got me. That's when I started getting into the Wu. Was Method Man was my ticket in. He's still my favorite member of the Wu. But it was a very interesting story. So check that out. If you that's my streaming of the day. Check out the Wu Tang story.
I will say I really appreciated the way they kind of broke down and set up one of my favorite my favorite Wu Tang song, Triumph, throughout that first season.
Yeah.
That first line from RZA, he was getting dogged on for years.
Yes. Yeah, he got booed off the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. And then that other manager picked it up. And I liked how when he got his first record deal as Prince Raheem, right? Or was it Rakim? Prince Rakim.
Rakim.
And he had the song in the video, and they watered down the song, made him redo it, and then made him with the little tux with the top hat in the video, and it was cheesy, and then they blamed him for it not selling, but it was cool. At the end of that episode, they showed the actual video.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was kind of dope. I was like, wow, damn, that is the rest of RZA. Yeah, so I thought that was pretty interesting. I thought that was kind of cool how they did that. They showed that actual video. So, but yeah, it was cool. I didn't know that him and ODB gotten that heavy of a beef.
Yeah.
Ooh wee.
Yeah.
But I didn't blame ODB. I blamed RZA for that.
Mhm.
Because when it came down to it, it was ODB's career. And it was like, and the funny thing is, I left the room because I left the room knowing that y'all response is going to be, let's talk to ODB about it.
Uh-huh.
And I came back in the room and found out later they didn't talk to ODB about it. They just made a decision on his behalf, knowing what he wanted, and went against what he wanted because it was the quote unquote, it was the better deal, but still, it was his decision.
Yeah.
Ultimately, and he got fired up. He got pissed off.
That's another thing I really appreciated about that show is RZA is the executive producer, and he did not shy away from showing all of his flaws as a
I
person,
agree.
as a manager, and that gave me even more respect for him.
Yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree. I agree. Even though his character, the guy that's playing him, his voice annoys me sometimes.
Man, I didn't like
Yeah, he reminds me. He reminds me of Johnny the Mechanic. Looks just like him. He looks just like him. Even kind of sound like him. Even kind of talk like him. But he does look like him. And I've seen him in other stuff, and I said the same thing then. So anyway, man, moving on. Since we didn't blow it now, you ain't even got to watch it now, Rob.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
Before we move on, I gotta throw a birthday shout out there. Today is my oldest son Ronald's birthday. He turned 17 today.
Holy smokes! Happy birthday to Ray's son Ronald. Mhm.
And there is two other things that happened this week. I celebrated my 18th anniversary with my wife Sarah,
Okay, well, all right, all right.
and the day after that is also her birthday.
Well,
happy anniversary.
anniversary and birthday, Sarah. Mm-hmm. All right.
I would be remiss to
freeze.
to let that go this week.
Yeah, you would.
I would get my ass whooped.
That would have been bad.
I would get my ass whooped if I would have let that go.
He
I'm
would have been
glad. I'm glad you took care of that.
He would have been in a good sleep, catching an overhand right.
I would have had to sleep in the studio.
Yeah, I might be in trouble. By the way, I'm supposed to be wearing my my life vest, and it's just been an annoying experience carrying that freaking thing around all week, especially at work, and I have trouble sleeping because I got to sleep with it. And today I woke up and said, "Fuck this thing," and took it off. And I've been without it all day, so I might be in trouble with my doctor. 'Cause I just needed a break from it. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
to take the damn thing off. It was annoying me. So,
Hey, OG, ain't there a really important game going on right now too?
I don't know.
Michigan State, and Michigan. Like, don't they play tonight?
Oh, that basketball games are not important.
No.
Oh, okay.
Nobody
Okay.
cares. Michigan basketball right now.
Just making sure. Just making sure.
Yeah, Michigan basketball sucks. But speaking of Michigan basketball, did you all see the girl from from Iowa, Caitlin, what's her freaking name?
Clark?
Clark.
Caitlin Clark. Did you see her hit the basket because she's now the leading.
They said she
scorer
might
of all
actually be
time.
going
She has the most
in women's basketball.
in women's basketball. She has the most points of all time. She led the league in scoring for 3 years in a row, and she did it against Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you saw it, but it was money. She came across half court and pulled up from the logo and bam, knocked it down like it was nothing.
Mm.
I mean, it was just beautiful. I was like, holy smoke. She made the commentators go crazy. They had to call time out and celebrate her for a minute. And then she ended up after that, because he did it early in the game. It was like she only needed like 6 points, and she knocked down so she got it early in the first quarter. And she ended up with 49 points in that game, by the way. Yeah, so she's ridiculous. So I think the Pistons plan on getting her. The Pistons can use her. They need
I
some
can see
help.
that.
They need some shooters. They need a shooter. So yeah, there's no sense in her going to the WNBA. She's needed right here. She's needed right here.
They said she's actually going after the men's record next.
But she's ridiculous. I mean, but if the men's record, I don't know if it won't count because she's not playing against men. so she
Right.
can't get the men's record. It's only about the sport you play.
She can't get it, but she can beat it.
Yeah, but that's like saying I've got the most yards but I play baseball because I've run the bases so many times. I actually got more yards than your running back. It's
Right.
two different sports. So oh, speaking of sports, Kansas City parade was marred by tragedy when 22 people were shot, one killed, 21 injured, 11 children, and two teenagers charged with the shooting. The person killed was Lisa Lopez Galvin, who's a local DJ there in Kansas City. And it was crazy to hear something like that. So I don't know if you have any thoughts on that, or I know it's probably it's like old news now, so to speak, but we didn't get to talk about it because it happened after the showdown.
Yeah. Well, my take is it's it's obviously tragic. It's kind of also it's kind of bringing more light onto the fact of how our youth doesn't value life and doesn't value the presence of others and the decisions they make and the stuff they do and how that could affect other people.
Yeah.
That's my biggest take on that.
Shows how guns are too accessible for too many people.
Mm. Yeah,
There's no reason why we have 340 million people in this country. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just going to speak because you was frozen.
Oh.
So yeah, no, but since you're unfrozen, you go ahead.
Yeah, it there's no reason why we should have 340 million people in this country, but almost 400 million guns.
Yeah, yeah. Most people you've got collectors out there, so of course there's more guns than people. It was terrible. Both of the shooters were under 18.
Yeah.
A third person was arrested but released. So only two of them are being held and charged with the shooting.
And one of them had a switch on their gun too.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
That's bad. That's bad. And I don't know the motive.
So because all the gunfire I heard was all automatic.
Yeah, they didn't say whether they had an altercation with somebody and then decided to do. I don't know their motive, but it was just a bad opportunity, bad place to do it. Go ahead.
I did hear towards the end of the ceremony there was an altercation that occurred, and then that's when the shooting started.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I figured it was. I heard it was some kind of an altercation as well. So prayers go out to those families, man, and especially the family of the one Lisa Lopez Galvan, the one victim that was killed. Her son was also injured during that. So prayers going out to all the families.
Sarah did tell me earlier that Taylor Swift actually gave the family of Lisa Lopez $100,000, I believe.
Yeah, $100,000 donation. She did. Yeah, absolutely, she sure did. So yeah, big up to that. Big up. Beyonce has a country album coming out. And country music stations across the country was originally refusing to play Beyonce's song, Texas Hold'em, and just literally responding to requests that we don't play Beyonce. Of course, that activated the Beehive. And the Beehive came out in big numbers and made a big stink, and so now these stations are playing Texas Hold'em. In addition to that, it is charted. It is at number 54 on Billboard's Top 100 Country Songs, and it is Beyonce's first country charted single. My question goes all the way back to the beginning. Why are white folks like that? Why they gotta be like that? Why can't they just play the damn song?
They're even like that with their own though, right?
Like who?
Jelly Roll.
Huh?
They didn't want to play Jelly Roll's country music at first either.
Really?
It has
Yeah.
a hip hop vibe to it.
Yeah, because they sure play Taylor Swift.
And she ain't even country
They play Gwen Stefani now too.
because she's fucking. I mean, she's messing with country.
She's married to country.
Yeah.
Miley Cyrus can get some play if she do a country song. Because her
Yeah.
daddy was a country star.
Yeah.
They wouldn't play Lil Nas X till he did the remix with Billy Ray Cyrus.
And they even took that off.
Yeah, so why they gotta be like that, man? Ways?
They
They
said
said
it-
can't
They said
There's-
it's got too much rhythm.
we have anything just for white folks?
I mean, y'all didn't invent it. All of the genres was created by blacks, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, I
Pretty
said,
Yeah,
much.
technically.
Most popular ones. I don't know. I don't know about opera wasn't, and probably not classical, but most of the popular ones, hip hop, R&B, blues, jazz, country,
rock and roll.
rock and roll. That's all generated from black artistry. Yeah, black
they're
started
all
those
with
genres.
birds out of Harlem.
So what's wrong? What's wrong? I don't understand. But it is what it is, man. But it's playing now. You can catch it on TikTok. They got a whole lot of little TikTok videos coming out now with people dancing to Beyonce's song.
Oh,
So yeah, if you're a TikTok fan, you'll hear it. You'll hear Texas Hold'em, at least a clip. The irony is, while these stations in this story about the stations that won't play it, I can't play it because they won't let me play it. YouTube will cut me off. So,
yeah. Yeah.
All right.
so I just leave that alone.
I'm low key
You
kind
know
of
where we can play it though.
No,
We can
sorry.
we can
Oh.
play it on TikTok Live.
Oh yeah, I don't. He is so damn proud that he can go TikTok live. This motherfucker, bro. Nobody cares about that, man. I don't. He is so proud that he can go TikTok live. It's jeez.
I'm just saying we can play it there.
the guy is just different. The guy is different. Congratulations, you can go TikTok live. Sheesh. Have you done it yet?
Yes, I have.
Congratulations. Was it fun? Did you have a good time?
Yes, I did.
Okay, good. Did some people come in and watch?
And I shouted out the What Up Doe Show Network. I shouted out the What Up Doe Show Network all
Yeah,
throughout.
but
it.
how many people were there? Was anybody watching?
People were jumping in and out. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
He
I
was
was playing music.
He was having a good time.
He got 3 views.
Bobby joined.
Oh, that's my boy, man. I miss Bobby.
I haven't
Bobby was in there.
I miss Bobby. That's my boy. Big up to Bobby and Cindy. Anyway, man, that was my Beyonce story. And a lot of people I heard some people making comments that, oh, why is she just doing that to sell out? And that's why Jay-Z brought up that album of the year thing. So now she's coming out with it was kind of a promotion for her country album, and hopefully, that would help promote her getting an award for the country album. black folks ain't listening to country. The lady is from Houston.
You know how hilarious it would be if she got album of the year at the CMA.
Yes. Yes, she's performed at the CMAs before. She's a Houston girl. Let me tell you something. I lived in Houston, and I got the rude awakening when I first got there. My first year, brothers, black folks in Houston listen to country music. There's a lot of black people in Houston are country music fans. I was watching them square dance. I done seen them do the line dance, and I'm sitting there being from Detroit because in Detroit it's not a black thing to get into the country music. If they start playing country, brothers bail out because this ain't for us. That's how it is here.
Right. We do
Not
our
there.
line. We do our line dance to the electric slide.
Yeah, it ain't like that there. Well, here they got a bunch of them, but it ain't like that there. So I was sitting there watching like, look at these niggas out here with this. What in the world? I'm tripping on it, but so you got to understand, as a Houstonian, she's probably been a country fan her whole life. I mean, the biggest event of the year in Houston is the Houston Rodeo. That is the biggest event of the year in Houston is the Houston Rodeo. So, they all dress like cowboys and cowgirls and they have country day at church and do all country gospel. It ain't like it is here. So for all my Detroiters or Midwest people that think it ain't no black fans for country, you're wrong. It's two left shoes. Trust me on that one.
Hey, there is one country song that I am really digging lately. Have you heard that song by a dude named Dax, "To Be a Man"?
I have not heard it, but I've heard of Dax.
I'm
Man.
aware.
I'm familiar with Dax, yeah.
That song right there. Damn.
Yeah, Dax is very good. Dax has done a lot of TikTok stuff.
Yeah.
He's done a lot of cool.
Yeah, he's done a lot of hip hop stuff too. So
Yeah, he's done some
But
cool
the-
TikTok stuff where people jump on his songs and he'll duet
right.
he'll duet those TikTok artists that's singing on that TikTok artists do it, or he'll do like a song and leave a blank for somebody to duet his song, and then he'll go back and duet the one he likes the best.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
you put somebody up from TikTok
But hey,
for one of his
check
songs.
out that song. Check out that song, "To Be a Man."
No,
Yeah.
and
There's
that's
actually a
not gonna
couple.
That's not going to happen here. But for you guys out there that's listening, check out that song.
Check out the song "To Be a Man."
There you go. Check that out.
It's a dope ass song.
Yeah. Okay. Detroit is getting a Hollywood like sign that's going to say on the side of the freeway. Now, you guys might not know the history of the big tire. You know if you're familiar with the big tire?
I am.
Okay,
No.
so there's a big Uniroyal tire on the side of the freeway on 94. So that when you're leaving the airport heading into Detroit, you leave Detroit Metro Airport heading into Detroit, you pass by, if you go far enough, you will pass by this gigantic Uniroyal tire. And that tire is famous because the first time the Beatles came to Detroit, they famously took a picture, pulled over on the freeway to take a picture with the big tire, and posted it, and put it on. I don't know where they published it. Of course, that was before my time, but I know I've seen the picture. It's a very famous picture for the Uniroyal tire. And I also recall when I was younger, there was an incident where that tire rolled onto the freeway. And so what they did after that was they put a fake nail in the tire. So it was a nail sticking up so that if it were to roll, that nail would stop it if it were to ever happen again. So it had a nail sticking out of it. I don't know if it still has the nail or not. I don't go when I'm leaving the airport. I exit before the tire, so I have not seen that tire in a long time. To be honest, I don't even know if it's still there. I'm sure it's still there, but it's been a long time since I've seen it. So this is also going to be on 94. So it'll be something that you'll see when you're leaving the airport heading into Detroit. You'll pass by the big Hollywood like letters, like the Hollywood sign. It's going to be a big display that says Detroit for all those that's coming into town.
That's dope.
So I'm curious to see who's going to be the first famous person to stop and take the famous picture with the new Detroit Hollywood sign.
I just wish it would have said Motown.
Why? This is Detroit, man.
Right.
Motown is
It's still
record label.
Motown.
That's a record label.
And they call Detroit Motown still.
Detroit has its own.
No, they call it the Motor City.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's
I was gonna say Detroit has
Motown is associated with Detroit, but Motown is a record label, and they moved their ass out to California. So no, we ain't calling it Motown unless Motown gonna put the bill.
I can see it then.
If they gonna foot the bill, then fine. But no, if Detroit's paying for it, then is what it's gonna say. Now, the Motor City, though, that's a different story. In fact, there's going to be, from what I understand, one sport. I can't remember what sport it was. I think it's the Tigers. It may be the Tigers. I'll have to look it up. But one of the sports are going to have some Motor City jerseys this year. I know Detroit. I know the Pistons did it one year. They had the Motor City jerseys. And I think baseball team has four Motor City jerseys they're gonna sport this year.
I believe it is baseball because they have 5 different jerseys for like each team this year. So,
Yeah. So I think it's baseball too, and they're gonna have 4 different versions of a jersey that doesn't have the D. It's gonna say Motor City. They call them the city jerseys. So that's gonna be kind of cool. Drama in the podcast world. Shannon Sharpe has been known now as the guy whose podcast generates the most attention by way of controversy. Mm-hmm. And there was some controversy between him and Mike Epps. And Big Ed wants to say something, but he froze.
With Joe Rogan still out there. I said that's quite a feat with Joe Rogan still out there.
Yeah, well, we're talking about amongst black folks.
Okay.
Well, don't nobody black care about Joe Rogan. Listen to that dude. Shannon had Cat Williams, who stirred the pot. Then Monique came and stirred the pot. So he was beefing with DL is mad at him. And I don't know if y'all saw the clip from Mike Epps' concert where he went in on Shannon. Did y'all see it?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, yeah. He said that Shannon called him to try to ask him to come on the show. And he's like, why call a grown man call himself Shay Shay? I don't know. He's like, no. I said no, Medea. I'm not coming on there. You know he looked like a Medea's sister. I don't want him sitting over there with that tight ass shirt on, looking at my balls.
Wow.
Oh yeah, he went in like that, implying
wow.
he was gay. Shannon came back on his show saying, the gay stuff don't bother me. You say call me a cross dresser. You can say I'm Medea. You can call me gay. That don't bother me. But don't lie on me. Don't lie on me. Take that back, or I'll show receipts. But I'm gonna see you in Indy, and when I see you, I'm gonna pull up on you, and we're gonna see if you're about that. So Mike Epps
I,
responded.
I heard it was all handshakes and hugs when they did see each other, though.
Yep, we're getting there. So when Mike Epps responded to Shannon's retort, Mike Epps said, "Okay, I will admit, because this is what Shannon was referring to was the lie that he didn't call Mike Epps and ask him to come on the show. That Mike Epps had called him, and he said, "Yeah, I did send him some DMs asking to come on the show because he mentioned my name in hopes that Cat would say something bad about me, and it didn't, and he didn't, right?" And but then he said, "Yeah, you come to Indy. That's my hometown. You coming to Indiana? We'll see each other. You'll see me. That's my hometown." He said, "I'm gonna let you know now. You coming to my home, and I don't fight. I ain't gonna fight you. You know, I'm gonna blank blank, blank blank blank, blank blank blank. You know what that mean, right? Implying that he was gonna shoot Shannon if Shannon tried to pull up on him, right? So when they then decided, you know, hey, look, they talked. They did talk before the meeting and say, look, they squashed the beef. This is just want to let's just talk about it. And they agreed to meet and talk and squash the beef. So they did that.
Good.
They got together and they took a picture together and it was, so you know a lot of people were saying, "Oh yeah, no, Shannon backed down because of the blank 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 comment." So I don't know. Have you been paying attention to it at all? What's your take on it?
I just heard what Shannon said coming back at Mike Epps about the DMs and everything with him and Ochocinco. He was like, yeah, I got the DMs. I got receipts. But that's all I heard about it.
Yeah.
I didn't know how it started. Because I don't remember him calling Mike Epps out with Cat Williams about nothing negative.
No, me
No,
neither.
he didn't. He didn't.
So I don't know why Mike would have went in on him like that.
Right. I think it was more, I guess, misinterpretation, but he was already looking at it from that negative mindset, anyways, in the first place. So probably misinterpretation that way. But I haven't heard anything about this until I saw the picture of them together
Oh wow.
at the meeting. I was like, okay, and they're like, oh, Mike Epps and Shannon Sharp squashes their beef. I'm like, well, damn, I didn't know they even had beef.
Wow. Wow. How did you not know, man? It was all over the place.
I've been busy, man. I haven't been paying attention to nothing.
Okay. All right.
Waze is in the process of planning a wedding.
Oh, I thought he was doing an album. Uh,
Maybe a wedding album.
so Shannon had some choice words for Mace as well, who Mace had came on his podcast and made some comments about that whole beef and saying that Shannon backed down because of Mike Epps' comments about the blank blank blank, and he said, "Hey, that's smart." He said, "That dude, you want to push up doing all them curls and doing all them pull ups, you go right ahead." It ain't about that no more. Too old to be wrestling on the ground. I'm gonna blank blank. I would have blank blank blanked on him too. And so Shannon called him the pastor that turned gangster pastor. to want to be gangster pastor. So yeah, so now him and Mace are not seeing eye to eye. So I'm curious to see. But Shannon also said in his last in that same episode, later in that episode, he said he had to talk with his sister, and his sister said, "This is all envy because of your success, and you need to stop. You need to leave it alone. No more. because Shannon's a football player. Shannon has the fight back mentality,
Mm-hmm.
and she said, "Don't no more. Just ignore it. Don't fight back against anybody." And he said, "I'm not responding to any more of these kind of attacks. Just leave them. I'm gonna just leave them out there." And Chad Ochocinco saying, "No, man, that's gonna make people want to attack us more." Blah blah blah.
Chad's an instigator, though. Like,
Yes, he is.
Hey, Ocho Cinco remind me of this dude I know in Beloit named Frog. Always kicking shit up. Always instigating. No, he said this. He said that. You gotta get him.
That's him.
Always selling wolf tickets,
That's him.
gassing people up.
That's him. That's him.
What up, Frog?
What up, though? It's funny when I saw this story because I thought about this guy fairly recently, and I was wondering why his name hadn't come up. Next thing I knew, his name came up. Farnsworth Bentley says he is ready to testify against P. Diddy.
Oh wow.
Ooh, he might have some
We
stories.
finna learn everything about P. Diddy.
He might have some stories
We thought
to tell.
We thought Gene Deal was telling the stories.
Woo. He got
Wait
Cat
till-
Williams. He got a Cat Williams catalog and shit to say about Diddy.
Until Farnsworth get out there. That was his umbrella man.
you gonna come
How
out
the
there?
hell you gonna be a grown man? How the hell you gonna be a grown man and be an umbrella man for somebody?
It's all about the money, man.
He coming showing up with his notes ready.
Ready. He probably got receipts too.
Oh yeah. Oh,
he
yeah,
probably
Farnsworth.
got receipts galore. Ooh.
I never understood why he was linked up with Diddy. He had that personality. He would have done much better without that.
No, Diddy made Farnsworth.
Not bull crap. Farnsworth made Farnsworth. Diddy
We
never
wouldn't have known.
mentioned Farnsworth. Everybody's like, man, who's that stylish dude kicking it with Diddy?
We wouldn't have known nothing about Farnsworth Bentley. If it wasn't for Diddy, we wouldn't have known nothing about Farnsworth Bentley. Nothing.
The fact of the matter is, when Diddy was ready to rebrand from Puffy and he wanted to be Diddy, it was Farnsworth Bentley's photos and work that made Diddy presentable and worth anything.
But like I said, we would not have known about Farnsworth Bentley if it weren't for Diddy.
We were.
No. Nothing.
Boy, that would have been so much more enjoyable had had Rob 45 not froze. It's hard to not call him Big Ed when he keeps freezing.
Oh, damn it.
It's like reminiscent.
I was trying to find a way to respond, but I'm like, I caught like maybe 2% of that.
I'm finna tell the kids get off the goddamn games.
But you may as well hold off because I only got one more story. I got one more story to tell. I thought this was pretty cool. The Michigan Sheriff's Office asked people to snitch on their exes for their crimes for Valentine's Day.
Oh, no.
Oh, why don't you report your exes for their previous criminal activity that you know about? Get them and snitch on your ex for Valentine's Day.
Oh.
Wow.
Divorce is about to go down up in Michigan. Man, they're about to be on their best behavior.
Damn. I mean, at least they could have picked another day. Call it the 15th or snitch on your ex day.
Yeah.
Or something, or the 13th. The 13th probably better. Snitch on your ex day is the 13th. That way they ain't around for the 4th, for Valentine's Day to get nothing. They can't get nothing to their new boo on Valentine's Day because you got them locked up yesterday. And then the 15th is side piece day. So we got to leave that one there.
Is there any numbers on that? Is there any numbers on that?
What do you mean?
I mean,
Everybody did it?
Yeah.
Oh no,
How many calls they got?
no, they won't tell it. They did not say whether or not it worked, but they did put out the call: snitch on your ex for Valentine's Day.
That's the part of the story that we need. Is how many people actually did call
I'm just saying,
and how many arrests they actually
yo, relationships are about to
made.
change with Michigan.
That is messed up. Don't do it, ladies. Don't snitch on your man, on your ex.
Shit, men too. Don't snitch on your ex.
No, brothers, y'all can snitch on them bitches.
Right.
Women, don't snitch on your ex. That ain't cool.
Well, because we got some females that are out here more gangster than the males they're dealing
Yeah, out here too.
with.
They be around here talking about
It's a whole lot of money in this motherfucker.
Yeah, you gotta watch it with these chicks over here in Detroit. There's some gangsters, some real gangsters. So I don't know if y'all recall. Before I get out of here, I don't know. It was a few weeks back because we haven't done the show regularly because I was down and out. But one episode I played for you guys. There's some guy who does these songs with a ball. It's a lighted ball, and he'll have like little things going down the wall. So the ball is bouncing down the wall, playing a tune, and then he'll send a second ball to play the other part. We did one before where they did the Jack Harlow song. Put your loving on me, baby. Bring your loving on me. So we did that. I did that one a few weeks back. Well, I'm kind of obsessed with this dude. So I follow because they do some really cool ones, and I got another one. So before we go, I want to play this one. But before I play it, I want to say thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for always supporting us. We're here right here. Make sure you subscribe to the What Up Doe Show channel if you haven't done so already. And if you have, please tell a friend to come by, subscribe, check out our shows, see what we do, because we really like to take pride in what we do. We think we do some pretty good content. So like what you see if you like what you see, and subscribe to the channel and encourage your friends to do the same. So we appreciate you guys, and I'm your boy OG Tim Wilson. On behalf of the Nasty Boys, Waze and Rob 45. See, I got to switch it up now because it only got the same ring to it to say Rob 45 and Waze. It ain't the same. The syllables got to work. So now it's Waze and Rob 45. So we got to do Waze and Rob 45. So we out of here, man. I want to thank y'all for joining us, man. We out of here like last year. Peace out. Pressure crease out. Keep the police out while I bust his niece out. And that's all she wrote.
I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
What up, though?